What's going on, guys? It's Greggatron. Recently, I've been seeing these videos put up by my subscriptions or subscribers, whatever. These tag videos, and I kind of ignored them. Like what is this? So this morning, G4leader sent me a message saying he wants me to do it. So I'm like, okay, what's this all about? So there's these questions. It's basically a survey for the anime community. And a ton of people are being asked who like anime, what their opinion is. So this is me doing it. All right. The first question: your favorite anime arc from Shounen. I mean, this wasn't even that hard to do. The Shishio saga from Roni Kenshin. Uh, First of all, he's just a badass villain. Shishio saga took it felt like 50 episodes, and they were so good from beginning to end. Like there was so much going on. Uh, like before they even fight Shishio for the first time, there's just he's like a tyrant. How he had all these people working under him. So at first I didn't even know that Shishio was like where he was at. So like he was taking over all these little countries and all these little cities and villages. It's like, and then by the time they find him, they have a good fight. And afterwards, he gets away and they're still looking for him. And it's just a great saga. And when they're in that lair, man, when they're fighting those people individually, like when Anji fought Sanosuke and when Kaoru and Yahiko and them fought all those the Jupongatana, that's classic to me. That's classic stuff. And when the final battle, man. Well, first of all, Kenshin fought Aoshi. That was nice. And then when everybody went up against Shishio at one point, that's classic. That's a classic saga. That's classic anime to me. All right, I can't see because this light. Uh, Anime I really hate. Oh man, it didn't take too long for me to figure this one out. I gotta say, Dragon Ball GT. Now, first of all, Dragon Ball Z was one of my favorite. To me, to this day, it's still one of my favorite shows. I don't say one of my favorite anime. It's one of my favorite shows ever. And we were sad when Dragon Ball Z was finished, right? So then there's commercials and previews of GT, and we're like, okay, yes, okay, good. There's still hope. We don't have to give up yet. Dragon Ball's still here. Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT came along, and this shit was just garbage to me. Started off Goku turned into a kid. I'm like, we've seen him as a kid before, in the original Dragon Ball, but whatever. They have three characters to begin with. We had Trunks, Goku, and Pan. I'm like, what in the world? All of our characters were missing. Like, they were there kind of in the beginning, and then the three main characters go off in the spaceship accidentally. So Vegeta's left out of this, Piccolo's left out of this, Tien, Chaozu, Krillin, like everyone I knew and loved. I didn't give a damn about Pan, and I did give a damn about Trunks, but that was future Trunks. Kid Trunks as he was a teenager, he wasn't shit. I couldn't get enough of future Trunks. From the Cell Saga of Z, but then seeing Kid Trunks, I'm like, man, no, I can't. This is not the same for me, man. I can't enjoy this. And then the villains, they had these cyborg mutants, and it was just so bizarre to me. I don't know. GT, I guess to me it's such a failure because I had such high expectations for it because of Z. And like my brother, he's like, well, it makes sense because the same guy who wrote Dragon Ball Z, he didn't work on GT. He was just supervising it. I'm like, well, Man, he shouldn't have even allowed this to be happening. You know, if he supervised, I would have should have canceled that, man, before it even got ah, GT. Can't. That just makes me mad. Number 3, my favorite opening and ending. There's quite a lot of good openings, but what I write here? My favorite opening is Samurai 7's music. You know, now it's on Toonami, and their version's like half a minute long. I don't like theirs nearly as much. I like the like minute and a half. Samurai 7. You know, some music it just makes you feel good inside. Yeah, to me, Samurai 7, it just gives me that feeling. You know, I just love it, and I saved like the 4-minute version in one of my playlists. That's actually the playlist that's on now. Oh, and when it comes to ending, uh, yeah, the Yu Yu Hakusho ending, the original one, the first one. I really like listening to that. Just good stuff right there. I There's a lot of good endings, but that's probably my favorite ending. Number 4 was the one about powers. If I could have any anime power, what would it be? And there's quite a lot of good powers, but first I was thinking alchemy. You know, alchemy would be pretty awesome. And then I'm thinking, how about Piccolo's power? Now, you know, Piccolo is strong and he can fly like everybody else in Dragon Ball Z, but Piccolo as an individual was pretty, in particular, this is the Piccolo theme. But yeah, he was pretty special when it came to powers, you know. Alright, Piccolo, first of all, he had the arm extender. He could extend his limbs. And he could regenerate. How badass is that, first of all? Like, I would love to just...
Sorry, did I break your concentration?
Oh, that's disappointing. I got a text message. But yeah, I'd love to just... Like, I have a bad knee, you know. So what if I just tore my leg off, threw it on the floor, and then just grew a whole new leg. And let's say I got some shoulder pain, right? From working out. Fuck it. Just tear that arm off and just, like, I would do this as a kid. It was all gooey and nasty, and I love that. And I'm pretty sure Namekians can just grow in general. They can extend, but I don't think Piccolo ever did that. And another cool thing about Piccolo's power, like I said, I was thinking about alchemy. You know, in alchemy from Fullmetal Alchemist, how you have to give something up to receive something. You know, they call it law of equivalent exchange. So you have to do something first to get something. Piccolo, this was not the case. Piccolo could lay his hands on you and magically, he could just lay hands on you and this costume just materializes. Like what he did to Gohan. I think they called it materialization or something like that. Now, if that was the case, I wouldn't need to go to a coat factory. I wouldn't need to buy clothes. I wouldn't need to do any of that. I just make my own clothes. You know, that to me that was awesome. I loved that. And yeah, Piccolo's pretty nice. That was number 4. Number 5 was the most badass, correct? Yeah. Most badass. You know, there's been a lot, like, you know, I was gonna say Berserk, but I gotta say Afro Samurai. You know, Afro Samurai. This guy is, whether you see him as a good guy or a bad guy, he's a stone cold killer. Okay. Afro Samurai, he'll do anything he has to do to get on the top, you know. And that's how the show is. You got to do what you got to do. And in his case, even if it meant killing innocent people. Like, there's this part, where's that damn book? He's fighting this guy with a machine gun. And there's this lady, Afro's gonna get shot eventually, so he grabs this lady, uses her as a human shield, so she takes all the bullets from this gun. Here, why don't I just show you? Alright, that's the guy with the gun. Afro had grabbed a lady, and pow 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 pow. And then Afro ends up defeating the guy. That is just ruthless. That's like an asshole thing to do, but I mean the guy's gotta live. He needs to be number one in his mind. But still, man, he is just a stone cold ruthless killer, man. He doesn't give a fuck what he does, but I love Afro Samurai, so that had to be my choice. Number 6 was the one about relationships, or the best couple. Now, first I was gonna say Domon and Rain because they kind of had a different relationship, but I found one even better. From Samurai 7, Kikacho and Komachi. Now those two are hilarious. Alright. Now Kikacho's this big, huge robot samurai. He's like 9 foot tall. And then Komachi, the little girl, he calls Sprout. She's like the size of this guy's foot. And it's like they're always going at it. They have this thing going on. It's just hilarious to me. Like, he'll say something like, "Oh, I'm this big bad samurai. Oh, I do this." Nobody's trying to hear that. And then she'll kind of just shut him up by saying something smart. And like, she always knows exactly what to say. And he's like, "Oh, shut up. You don't mean that." Like, she's not trying to hear that. And like, they always go at it. And it's funny, like, when he goes off, or let's say he's spying on the enemy, and then she'll be right next to him like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Or like, I really liked when, like whenever Kikacho gets hurt, or left behind, or lost, whatever. Whenever something happens to him, this girl starts crying. She's like, "Where's Kiku? We're not leaving without Kiku." And I'm like, "Aw," because look at this little girl. You can't be mad at that little girl. But yeah, those two are hilarious. It's just too funny watching them. That was 6, 7. What would be a movie? Was that 7? Biggest anime troll. Oh man. Biggest anime troll. I guess the person you hate the most. Man. So I watched Cashier and Sins, right? The troll, it's got to be Luna. It has to be Luna. Now, Luna is supposed to be like Jesus Christ when it comes to the Cashier universe. She's there to save everyone, pretty much. You know, they're looking for her the whole entire show. Okay? And they finally find Luna, like 2 or 3 episodes ago. Luna is an asshole. I can't stand Luna. What the hell is her problem? What's her deal? She's supposed to be saving people. She's supposed to be healing. She's supposed to be helping people. And she's not doing any of that stuff. Like, she's not helping anybody. Like, there's a huge pile of bodies, like, as tall as my house. It's like as tall as, trees, with all these dead bodies. Just bodies everywhere. Everywhere. And, like, she might appear to heal people, but at the end of the day, it doesn't fully work. She's just a dick. Well, in her case, she's a vagina. I can't stand Luna. What? Now what are they gonna do? You know, what is Casher gonna? Come on, Luna. She's just pissing me off talking about her. What should be made into a live action? For that, first I was thinking Samurai Champloo, but the thing about that is, in that show, they're kind of traveling the whole time. They're looking for someone, the samurai who smells of sunflowers. So I don't want there to be a movie about them just looking for someone. You know, that would be kind of a long movie. Then I was thinking, how about Wolf's Rain? You know, but then again, in Wolf's Rain, they're also looking for something. They're looking for paradise. So maybe they can make a trilogy. But if they were to do that, it'd be kind of hard also because there's only 30 episodes in those shows. So I was thinking Blood Plus. Blood Plus would be a really good live action movie because it's just so interesting and there's so much going on, and they could make more than one movie of Blood Plus. And you know, first I was gonna say Rurouni Kenshin, but as we know, they made that. But yeah, of course, Japan, they should work on Blood Plus because it's just so awesome. It would come together very nice. It would just be epic. It would just be good stuff. Oh, there's my light. Now, oh, the first merchandise. This is question 9. I always had those cards, so let me just show you this. This is from 4th grade, all right? Look at this. Look at this. This just classic. This is classic. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. Look, man. Can you see this? Can you see this? I still got all this. That's classic. Classic Dragon Ball Z. And on top of that, we had Yu-Gi-Oh! What is all this? What? Oh, I can't even show you all this, but man, we used to love this. We used to go to school and trade all these cards and collect them outside of school. Then the next day we'd bring them in, and I feel like I'm gonna drop this thing. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was probably the biggest influence when it came to collecting, because everybody had Yu-Gi-Oh! People had Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards who didn't even care for Yu-Gi-Oh! Man, this is classic. I gotta put this book down before I start reminiscing too much. But yeah, the last one was what anime should have a movie. I was thinking Claymore. You know, Claymore had about 26 episodes, and it was just a great show. I wanted there to be more, but it didn't, so why not give it a movie? Branch it off into a little movie or something? Because Claymore just had so much to offer and so much to give. It would just be great. Because a lot of movies, or a lot of shows have had movies. And I'm like, well, why not Claymore? So I look up on Google. I don't see any Claymore movies, so that would be perfect. So that's my opinion. G4leader, thank you for letting me be a part of this survey. And the person I'm going to pick to do one next, my buddy Alex, went to high school with him. He's a huge anime fan like myself. He got me into some great shows like Gurren Lagann. It's not pronounced, or it's not spelled Alex. It's like AL327EX. I'll put him in my description box. So that's Greggatron's thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys.